Hello everybody, so today we're going to be diving into your shadow with what internal darkness wants your recognition. I've been noticing that a common theme in the collective lately has been diving back into the self and diving deep into shadow work and really transmuting whatever is trying to come up right now. And I feel like there are a lot of deep feelings, deep fears, and subconscious patterns that are wanting to be seen, recognized, and dealt with. So I figured today this reading would be very fitting. So we have 3 piles. We have pile number 1 with Hermetic, Create. Pile number 2 with Codes in Nature. And then pile number 3 with Hisabi, Accountability. Take a minute to take a deep breath, close your eyes, meditate on it a little bit, however you feel would be the best process for you to pick your card. Pause the video if you need more time, and the timestamps are down in the description, and also I'll leave them in the comments as well. Alright guys, I'll see you guys in your reading. Toodles. Hello, those of you who chose pile number 1 with this card, Hermetic, Create. This is going to be your reading, and we will get to this card at the end to see how you can help adjust and transmute whatever shadow quality is coming through. So we'll actually just keep that right there so that I have enough room. We're going to get some tarot cards, and then we're going to get a little bit of oracle and see what's going on here. I feel like anxious energy is coming up in this pile. That might be why you got the Hermetic card, Create, because I feel like there's a lot of stagnant energy that is needing some sort of outlet, some sort of place to go. And because maybe you aren't creating or are feeling super anxious, when creative energy has no outlet, nowhere to go, when you are going through an awakening or an increase in your vibration, a lot of the times it will show up as anxious energy. And the reason why it shows up as anxious energy is because we have all of this energy flowing through our system and it has no release. So basically it is just pinging from one point to another point in your body, in your energetic field, in your mind, and it has absolutely nowhere to go, no release, no outlet. And so it creates anxious energy. It creates that jittery, unsure, that anxious feeling. I keep on getting an image of a rabbit. Okay, so pile number 1, angels, ancestors, guides of pile number 1. Can we get 3 or 4 tarot cards to see what type of darkness, what internal darkness is surfacing to be recognized? We have the Ace of Swords, the 3 of Swords. Okay. Let's get 2 more. The Hierophant. Yeah, look at that. No release. No release. With this card, the 10 of Wands being in reverse and the 3 of Swords in reverse, there's something here that has been avoided for a very long time. There's something here that you know is the truth, right? But you're not allowing yourself to see it. You're blinding yourself to the truth in some sort of way, keeping yourself stuck in old patterns, keeping yourself stuck in some sort of unsettling, I heard, energy. I feel like what this is an abandonment wound. I feel like the darkness that is trying to be recognized, be seen, dealt with, heard, is your abandonment wound here. I feel like your inner child is coming up. There is some sort of want for closure in some sort of situation, and Spirit's saying you might need to give yourself this closure, and waiting for this closure is really harming you instead of helping you. You might think like, well, if this person were to just come in or send a text or have a conversation with me and just say they're sorry and say that they wish that they did better, it would allow me to move forward. And this is funny because I was going to post a reel about this today on Instagram, but I figured I would sit down and do a pick a card first. So I'm definitely going to post that later. And I was basically going to say, you know that they hurt you. They know that they hurt you. Why are you waiting for an apology? Why does someone else have to validate the hurt and the pain that they put you through in order for you to allow yourself to heal? 444 on the clock, too. So there's some internal need for validation from somebody who hurt you or abandoned you in the past. This could have multiple different reasons, this could go down multiple different avenues. This could be a parent figure that had emotionally neglected you or physically abandoned you in the past. This could be a lover or a romantic partner who had ghosted you or who had left your life when they said that they would always be there. I heard through sickness and in health. So some of you guys could have been actually married to somebody and they left you for someone else, and this made you feel very inadequate. This could also relate to the father wound or mother wound of a parent who left you for something else. This could be a parent that left you and had a child that they stayed in their life. So like a parent that had you and wasn't necessarily really in your life, but then they left and had a child elsewhere, and they stayed and was that parent figure to that child the way that you wish that they were that parent figure to you. For others of you, it could just be that this person abandoned you. I heard didn't want me. So in some sort of way, you felt like this person didn't want you, and this created a very core wound, a very heavy core wound of abandonment and of low self-worth. It really put a stunt on your confidence, and it really made you feel like you have to work super hard for recognition, love. I also heard money. This could have been someone who was very financially strong or financially stable, and when they left, they took that financial stability with them and sort of left you in some sort of rut or hole. If this is a parent, it could be like a parent that never that left but never paid child support, or maybe you were left with a parent who was struggling with money. If this was a romantic relationship, this could have been a partner who you felt as if you were very stable with when it comes to physical circumstances and when it comes to finances. And when this person left, it sort of rocked the boat for you, and it sort of came crashing down, and you realized that the foundation that you were having and that you were on by yourself was really unstable. Okay, so let's get into a little bit more here. What do you want to tell pile number 1, Spirit, about this core wound, this darkness that is coming up? Older man, dealings or relationships with an older man. This could have definitely been a father wound here. Or if you were dealing with a romantic relationship with an older man, this could definitely be talking about that. We have tent, temporary situation. This could be somebody who was in and out of your life, not necessarily somebody who just abandoned you and you never seen them again. This could have been the situation where this person would be in your life when it was convenient for them, and then they would leave your life when they had maybe something better elsewhere. This really, really, really made some self-worth issues. Unicorn, use your intuition to make beneficial change. Okay. And then on the back of the deck, we have table, hard work ahead. So what I'm really feeling with this one, what I'm really feeling with this unicorn and the table card, excuse me, it's really feeling like I said before, there's some sort of truth that your intuition, ooh, excuse me, oh my gosh, a lot of throat chakra blockages here. It's like, you know the truth, you know your intuition has been trying to tell you something about this situation, and either you're ignoring it or you are blinding yourself to it. So it could be that you guys know the truth, you recognize the truth, but you're not allowing yourself to honor that truth by doing what you know you need to do in the situation. For others of you, it could be that your intuition has been trying to come in and tell you the truth about the situation, and you have some sort of cognitive dissonance when it comes to this situation. So maybe your intuition has been trying to come in, just as an example, and tell you this person was never for you, this person, you know, if they were in your life, it would do more harm than good. But because you're so stuck in the mentality of, me and this person were meant to be together, or this person was meant to be in my life, you are not allowing yourself to see the truth of the situation and why this person had to leave. And it's doing you a lot more harm than good to keep on maybe blaming yourself, or even blaming this person for the way that things went down. Not to say that you can't be angry or frustrated or annoyed, or not to say that this person wasn't wrong, because they definitely were in the way that they dealt with this situation with you. However, everything happens for a reason, and I feel like you guys are tired of hearing that, but I also feel like you guys know that there is truth to that. I also feel like you guys know that this did happen for a greater reason, but maybe because of the hurt and the pain that you are maybe in the past up until now you were not ready or unwilling to accept. It really, you weren't allowing yourself to recognize this truth as truth, right? Maybe you thought it was just like intrusive thoughts or ego or negativity that was keeping you, or that kept telling you that, you know, this was meant to happen, this person is not meant to be in your life, you know, you're better off without this person. But actually those thoughts are your intuition and your heart telling you what you need to hear in order for you to be able to move on and move forth without this person, so that you can have a happy, healthy life moving forward, and so that you can attract that person who will make you, or help you to feel seen, and help to heal yourself, right? Okay, so let's get into this last card right here and see what your spirit guides have to say as far as advice goes on the situation. We're gonna read it from the book. All right, hermetic. It says create. In the edible card, because this is the metaphysical cannabis oracle deck, so it talks about like weed and plant medicine and stuff like that. So take it however it resonates. It says, in the edible card, which is this one, we see a mortar and pestle, fresh herbs and fruit laid out. 2 dehydrated fruit squares are lined on the table. It is time to create your own medicine and experiment in the kitchen with different nootropics and plants. The edible oracle is akin to Thoth, the father of writing and magic. It is said in legend that he has several emerald tablets for humanity to find so that they can know how to truly live. 2 of these tablets have yet to be revealed to humanity and won't be until we evolve our consciousness enough to fully integrate the teachings of the last lessons needed to grow. Listen to the plants around you and take your medicine into your own hands. And the plant spirit here that they want you to work with is marigold. So I feel like it says you need to go, it's time to create your own medicine and experiment in the kitchen with different nootropics and plants. So what they're saying is, instead of waiting for somebody to come in with the fix, or instead of waiting for this person to come in with the closure and fix and undo the pain that they've already caused, or I'm hearing the song Unbreak My Heart. Instead of waiting for that, now you are being called because you are ready. Now you are being called to work on healing the wounds that this person has left you with. Work on healing the mindsets, the pain, and I heard dysfunction that this scar, this wound has left on your life. Work on doing things differently, because this wound, this pain, this trauma, it left you with a lot of patterns that aren't serving you. And now it is time to take accountability and recognize that you are the only person who can heal these wounds for yourself. Okay? And that is all I have for you. I hope this reading resonated with you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. And if you ever need a personal reading, you can go ahead and hit me up on Instagram. And my Instagram is in the description, okay? I hope this resonated. I hope it helped. And I will see you guys later. Toodles. Hello, those of you who chose pile number 2 with this card, Codes in Nature. Sorry, let me just try to, come on, are you gonna, oh my gosh, there we go. Sorry. So this is gonna be your reading. We're gonna get this card at the end of the reading, and this will be a piece of advice for you guys. Okay, so let's get in with some tarot and see what type of darkness, or what is the darkness that is trying to resurface or trying to surface in your life to be recognized. I heard take a deep breath, and actually this card does want to come out. We have the 9 of Pentacles. We're gonna get 4 cards actually. The 7 of Cups. Come on. Thank you, Jesus. Oh. The Magician in reverse. That one fell on the floor. Okay, and the Ace of Cups. I heard steady your roll. And we have Strength on the back of the deck. And I also heard crisis mode. So I feel like I'm finally getting the picture of this. I feel like there is a part of you guys, pile number 2, that can very easily resort back to survival mode. I do feel like a lot of you have gotten to the point where you don't rest in survival mode like you may have used to rest in survival mode. I do feel like you guys have been really working on finding your peace and really working on getting to a point of emotional regulation where you are steadily emotionally regulated. And I do feel like sometimes what can happen with you guys is you can do so good in your healing, but when you get triggered, you might feel as though all of the work that you've put in is for nothing, or like all of the work that you put in, it is out the window. And I feel like you guys could very easily blow things out of proportion when it comes to your personal growth and when it comes to the lessons that you've learned. Okay, and what I mean by that is I feel like you guys, like I said, are constantly growing and constantly evolving, and I feel like you guys are doing such a good job. But when it comes to the little things that trigger you, let me put it like this. If you guys feel like maybe you have been working, and this is just an example, for example, on your anger, right? And you notice that you've been doing really good with your anger. You haven't been getting unnecessarily angry. You have really learned how to utilize your anger in a better way. If a situation arises that triggers you maybe to go off the handle or triggers you to anger to a certain point where you feel like, oh, I've already gotten past this. Why am I acting like this? This shouldn't have triggered me in this way. You guys can tend to go into crisis mode and sort of get back into that survival mode, black or white thinking that tells you, I'm never going to heal this, or I guess I didn't heal this after all, right? It's sort of like the all or nothing sort of mode and sort of mindset. I feel like you guys here, it's really easy to see your fuck ups, and it's really easy to see where you could be doing better or where you need to improve and what you're not doing right. But when it comes to all the steps that you've taken and all the progress that you've made, it can be really hard for you guys to sometimes see this and recognize it. I feel like this darkness is coming up to be recognized so that you can work on like humanizing yourself. You guys are not supposed to be perfect. No human is supposed to be perfect. No being is supposed to be perfect. And when we hold ourselves to that standard of perfection, then we are always going to be let down and we are always going to be disappointed. We need to recognize that we are human and that sometimes we make mistakes and sometimes we take a step back, but that doesn't mean you guys always see that you took a step back, but you don't see the 7 steps that you might have taken forward, right? And I feel like this darkness is surfacing to show you to be a little bit gentler with yourself, be a little bit easier with yourself, and recognize that sometimes we all need help. One thing I'm really noticing is that he has this snake wrapped around his torso, right? I don't know if you guys can see it, right? No, it doesn't want to. Whatever. He has a snake wrapped around his torso, and so does the magician. If you can notice, in the card, he has this snake wrapped around his torso as well. So you guys might be those type of people who are always looking for the thing that you can fix, always looking for the work that needs to be done. And so it's sort of like you guys are always shedding layers of yourselves, right? But I feel like the layer that needs to be shed and the layer that you are holding yourself back from shedding is this need to always work on yourself. This, I can't enjoy myself, I can't enjoy my life, I can't enjoy or be proud of who I am unless I'm perfect sort of energy here. And Spirit's like, you don't need to be perfect. You are perfect as you are, right? You are amazing as you are. You don't always need to be fixing something in order to be worthy. You don't always need to be fixing something in order to be the person that you want to be, because you already are. On the inside, you already are. It's just about accepting that you are that person without the conditions that you place on yourself. If you tell yourself, in order to be the person that I want to be, I have to do this, 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 and that, you are going to call in experiences and situations that reinforce that belief. But if you start to recognize, 819, if you start to recognize that you are the person that you want to be, you are going to also call in experiences that validate that reinforce that state of mind. So instead of I have to do this, 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 and that, and I need to work on this, 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 and that in order to be the person that I want to be, maybe reframe it. I am inside the person that I want to be. I am the person that I want to be, that I know I can be. And maybe I have this to work on. And maybe I could do a little bit better here. But my worth, my being the person who I want to be, is not dependent or reliant on these things that I have to change. And this is a very specific message, because I feel like in other contexts, what I'm saying to you guys might not necessarily be the truth. However, with you guys are people who are constantly healing, constantly working on yourself, constantly doing the things that you need to do in terms of shadow work and loving yourself. And yeah, emotional work, physical work. You guys are constantly doing these type of things and constantly evolving. So when it comes to needing to always do the work, it's sort of like your guides are like, slow down. Like, you're gonna be okay. Look, a change for the better. Yeah, like you guys are always wanting to change, right? You guys are the caterpillar. You guys were the caterpillars, and now you've evolved into the butterflies, and you guys are still like, well, my wings could be bigger and my spots could be better placed. And you know, and this might come from a long line of family members who are constantly putting themselves down, constantly thinking about the things that they could have done, would have done, should have done, and not recognizing what they've already did. This is like generational trauma right here. And then we have the card Firecracker, Excitement. So I feel like this is future energy. And look, we also have Romance is in the air. And I feel like with this Firecracker and Romances in the air, like Spirit is, your dark side is actually wanting to allude to love maybe coming in the future, right? Like allowing yourself to love yourself a little bit more and give more love to even those parts of you that you feel like need to be healed or need to be better. 11:33 on the clock. That will help to maybe heal your romantic life or your platonic relationships. It will really help to heal your relationships, healing your relationship with yourself. Healing the need to be perfect might help you recognize the human in yourself, which will help you recognize the human in other people, which will definitely help to lessen the strain that there might be on your relationships or your love life. Okay, so let's get into your advice card, codes in nature. Where is the book? Oh, Jesus Christ. I just dropped almost all the cards. And this card wanted to come out as well, so we'll take that card. Jesus. Sorry guys, I'm just cleaning up the cards that I dropped. So we're gonna read the cards, the codes in nature card, and then we're gonna read this bliss card because that card obviously wanted to come out for you as well. Codes in nature. 105 reduces to 6. Okay, guys. Codes in nature. And we're actually going to put it right here because we have 2 of them now. If this card has come up for you, it's time to find messages in nature. There are secret codes in nature as shown in this card by a giant tree with the roots developing a face in the trunk. In ancient legends, it is said that miracles take place under trees because the sacred Fibonacci sequence, which appears in all of nature, is a dimensional portal which your angels sing through, purifying anything around them. We see a heart, a liver, intestines, and a brain. Each plant is said to have a divine blueprint each plant is said to have a divine blueprint that corresponds to a human organ and is believed to heal and realign the organ on a 5th dimensional level. They want you to work with rose quartz, and your new thought pattern, pile number 2, is I allow love to flow from my heart space with comfort. All right, guys, so I'm actually not going to explain any of that because I feel like that was pretty self-explanatory, and I also feel like the message could be different for everybody who's watching that. So let's go to the bliss card. 102. So we have, this one is on page 105, reduces to 6, and this one is on page 102, which reduces to 3. 6s and 3s can be significant numbers for you guys. All right, bliss. Bliss is described as a complete state of happiness or joy that comes from the English word blithe, to find your bliss. We eliminate patterns, habits, and thoughts that take joy away from our daily lives and replace them with things we actually like. Are you doing things you don't actually want to do or like to do because you feel an obligation to something or someone? Finding your bliss is about bringing your potential and authenticity to a peak and getting lost in it. A bright yellow veil lifts to the tip of this card as you come out of the balance card, which is the card before this. You are trusting the non-material world as you follow a blissful breeze. Although this card seems minimal, it is powerful in the aspects that you don't see. You must be willing to let the universe support you. We see a platinum light in this card and a minor symbolism for the root chakra, as this card is used in the chakra spread in this book. Okay, so this could also be dealing with your root chakra as well, which makes sense when we're talking about the message that we have here. Crisis mode, when it comes to trauma and what was I going to say? Fight or flight, or what is that? The mode that I said that you guys were in, it definitely corresponds to the root chakra, that safety, that security feeling. Sorry guys, I cannot remember what I was saying before. All right, it says you must be willing. Okay. This card is the card of trust. You must trust that the answers you are seeking are being given. When this happens, your entire soul group of helpers appears through the veil to assist you. Work with orbicual jasper, and your new thought pattern is, my life flows forward with ease and I act with integrity. Oh, I was talking about survival mode. Survival mode. The survival mode is definitely an imbalance in the root chakra, so it's funny that the bliss card wanted to come out for you guys as well. So definitely work on that root chakra, that feeling of safety and security within yourself. And I feel like balancing that root chakra will definitely help you guys to relieve yourself of this crisis mode, this survival mode that you guys have been really trying to work on. But other than that, take it however it resonated, guys. I hope this did resonate. I hope it did help. If you liked the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you ever want a personal reading, you can always message me on Instagram. DM me if you'd like. Okay, so I will see you guys later. Toodles. Hello, pile number 3. Those of you who chose the Hisabi card, accountability. This is your reading. We'll get into this card later as a piece of advice for you guys after your reading. I'm getting called to use this other tarot deck that I haven't used for either of the other piles. So let's do it. This is the Game of Thrones tarot, guys, just in case you're wondering. All right, what darkness is trying to resurface or trying to surface to be dealt with, to be recognized? Pile number 3's ancestors, spirit guides, angels. Sorry, I want one card at a time. Oh no. All these cards are all up and down. We're gonna have to, if you guys want to fast forward like 10 seconds, you can do that, because I'm just gonna sort these cards out real quick. All right, sorry about that, guys. Let's get into it. So, pile number 3's ancestors, spirit guides, angels, spirit team. I really am feeling ancestor energy here. So, pile number 3, spirit team. What internal darkness is trying to resurface to be seen and recognized? We have the Page of Cups in the reverse. My back is starting to hurt in your reading. And I'm hearing the song, he's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. So you guys might feel like there's the whole world on your damn back, because my back is rocking right now. So we have the Temperance card. That was way too many cards. I want one at a time, please. I want 2 more, but I want one at a time. Thank you. I'll do that. I'll take that. We have the 10 of Wands in reverse, talking about feeling like the whole world is on your back, or in your hands, rather. And then we have the Queen of Swords. I love these cards. They're so pretty. And whoever made these cards knew exactly what scene and what people to put on the cards. But let's get into your reading here. What are you guys trying to say? What type of darkness is this? This is trying to... You guys come from a long line of people. I'm hearing specifically the feminine energy, specifically women, who feel as though they have to take on other people's problems. If a family member is having a problem, maybe you feel like you have to fix it or you have to do it for them. A lot of you will take on another person's problems but neglect your own. You'll take on another person's healing but neglect your own. You guys could also be the type of people who are constantly struggling in a certain area of your life, but those people, the other people that are constantly struggling in that same area of life, are always coming to you for advice, and your advice always helps them, but you never use that advice when it comes to you. It's always like you are there to help everybody else, but you are not there to help yourself, or nobody is there to help you. So what I'm hearing, what I just heard, was you're spreading yourself too thin. What area, what shadow trait is this? I heard it's avoidance of some sort. So for some of you that it resonates, because this is, I don't feel this message is for everybody. For some of you that it resonates, this is avoiding your own problems by indulging in other people's. For some of you, you could also tend to, and don't take this the wrong way, I hope, tend to engage in a lot of gossip. Yeah, this is avoidance for a lot of you. It's needing to take the fish out of the cup, right? And look at the emotions clearly. What emotions are you projecting here? It's avoidance, and for most of you, it's projection. I actually want to clarify these cards. Clarify this Page and Temperance, please. Temperance and the Ten of Wands. Yeah. Avoidance, leaving, out in the cold. Maybe it's a lot easier for you guys to interject on other people's issues because it means you don't have to deal with your own. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles, and then we have the Nine of Coins on the back of the deck, and I just cut the deck to the Temperance card, and this is also the Temperance card. This is definitely, oh my gosh, my back hurts. My lower back, in case you were wondering. Definitely taking on energy that's not yours. And I also feel like making problems where there are none. I don't know why I'm hearing the song Versace on the floor by Bruno Mars. Okay. I was wondering what the full message was because I was getting very clouded in my head. For some of you guys, you have a lot of walls up. Okay. Okay. This is a message about boundaries. This is a message about boundaries, which makes sense because it ties into what I was just saying about always trying to help people with their problems. So a lot of you have a lack of boundaries, and because of this lack of boundaries, it's caused you to put up severe walls, very high walls around you. Nobody gets in and nothing gets out type of energy. And your spirit guides are wanting to tell you how unhealthy this sort of energy is. Let me just, thank you. They're wanting to let you know that there is a very huge difference in boundaries and walls. Boundaries say, okay, this is what I will accept, this is what I will not accept, And if you step over that line into what I do not accept, then here's the door. You can show yourself out, or I will show you out. Walls say, nope, fuck that. Nobody gets in, and I'm not allowing anything to get out either. Boundaries come from a respect for yourself. Walls come from a fear of, whether it be a fear of yourself, a fear of other people, or rather I'm feeling a fear of the emotions, a fear of vulnerability. That might be why you have accountability here. So I feel like this darkness is coming up to be recognized so that you can distinguish walls and boundaries. Okay? This is very like unhealed Taurus energy. Unhealed Virgo, unhealed Gemini. Let's get some oracle cards here. Yeah, I just heard expand on this, so I feel like the oracle cards will help me expand more so on your message. I feel like this is going to be a shorter message than the other ones, because I feel like the message here is at its core, it's the same for everybody who's watching this video, but when it comes to little details on why you are the way that you are and why you have this part of and why this darkness is surfacing, it's a little bit different for everybody here. So I feel like however the message might resonate for you intuitively, that's exactly how you're supposed to take it. So we have September. I don't know why we got a month card, but we will take it. I was gonna put it, I don't know why, it just feels right to put it right there. Sorry, Cersei. No one really likes you anyways, Cersei. All right. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides of pile number 3. Can we please expand on this message? Why is this darkness coming up to be recognized? What does it want to tell pile number 3? Chair empty. Someone is leaving your life. Yeah, this could be an abandonment wound. For some of you, this abandonment wound is talking about like somebody physically leaving your life. We are going to, yeah, family sorrow. Yeah, it does feel familial. Maybe like emotional abandonment. It doesn't feel like somebody like, I said physically leaving your life, and then I'm saying it doesn't feel like somebody physically left your life. So if this is an abandonment wound that is from somebody physically leaving your life, this could have been like a death, somebody who passed away, right? For others of you, this is like not having your emotional needs met throughout your life, and therefore, because you've never experienced your emotional needs being completely met, it is hard to understand if people are capable of doing that, or maybe you don't believe that people are capable of meeting your emotional needs because it's never happened, because you've never experienced that, because somebody's never done it for you before. That makes you feel like somebody is not able to do it. People are not able to do it. It is just not something that is gonna happen. Maybe I'm not worthy of people meeting my needs. Maybe I'm the only one who ever is going to understand me, and because I feel like I'm the only one who will ever understand me, I'm the only one who will ever do me right, I'm the only one who can meet my needs, I'm going to shut everybody out, and therefore not give anybody ever a chance to prove me wrong. We have Bull. And I was talking about Taurus energy. Do not back down from oppositions. Show strength and fortitude. It's funny that this is coming out underneath of the 10 of Wands in reverse, and the Temperance card, and the 5 of Pentacles. And the reason I feel it's coming out over those cards specifically is because this is the energy that you've been in probably for a very long time. Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. It's been a very bull in China shop sort of energy here. And Spirit's like, you can lighten up. You can show some vulnerability. You can show your emotions without making them hard emotions, right? You can, instead of saying I'm pissed off, you can say I'm hurt. And no one's going to see you or think of you as any less than. And if they do, they're not for you. Fuck them, right? Oh, we have, look, Tankard. I feel like the third oracle in each of these piles is like the future. So we have Tankard or Tankard. Celebration, fun, and enjoyment. We also have financial pinch here. So I feel like, what are we talking about? This is coming up, underneath of the Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. I feel like as you work on shutting people out less and expressing healthy boundaries more, it's going to slowly but surely bring a lot of abundance into your life. Because when you don't have boundaries, you aren't necessarily able to call in what you want to call in the way that you want it. You have to honor and respect yourself before anybody else honors and respects you. And just because you're shutting people out, and maybe just because you buy yourself things, because we got a lot of pentacle cards here, just because you buy yourself things, because we also have a lot of things that look really nice. Like this looks like a really nice throne. That cup looks very whatever it is, looks very nice and fancy. We also have the pentacles, like, and look at her. She's very high maintenance. Cersei was always very high maintenance. Like, and it reminds me of in the Game of Thrones, if Cersei would have just taken the help that she had needed, maybe things wouldn't have went the way that they did with her. Maybe if Cersei was just a little bit vulnerable and said, listen, like, this is what I have, this is what I want, you know, and taken the hand that was offered when it was offered multiple times, her story wouldn't have went the unfortunate way that it went. And so I feel like what Spirit is saying here, what your guides are saying here, what this darkness is trying to have you recognize, is that things don't have to be the way that they are. Things are only the way that they are because you sort of force them to be. This is a little bit harsher of a message than the other two piles. But I am definitely getting the energy of, if you were to soften, so would the people in your life. If you were to soften, so would the circumstances that surround you. If you were to soften and be a little bit more vulnerable, it would greatly help your happiness. If you were to stop ignoring the shadow, if you were to stop pushing the shadow away, the shadow could actually benefit you. The shadow could actually help you immensely. Okay? And I'm just going to leave that there, and let's get into your advice card, Hisabi, accountability. Look at how beautiful this card is. Look at how gorgeous she is. All right, let's get it from the book. Hisabi. 36. Your number is 9. Yeah, so I feel like you guys are coming to a place where you are finally starting to maybe want to change or want to be different here. And that's why you've stumbled across this message. because you're at that point where maybe this might still trigger you, but you're ready to hear it. So, Hisabi, it says, in the Hisabi card, a graceful woman stands with a lion arching over her head. Above her sits an infinity symbol, while the giant head of the lion takes up the upper portion of the card. It could easily swallow her, but instead it's in awe of her gentleness. What was I saying? If you guys could be softer or gentler. Hisabi reminds us that having courage does not mean that you don't feel fear. It means that you have confidence in your innate abilities. The lion does not second guess its animal instincts, so this card emerges to remind you of your inner strength. Balance must be maintained on both ends between not harming the lion or being swallowed by it. But if someone or something has upset you, take a slow walk through the Pride Land and hunt down what it is inside of you instead of attacking other prey. Wow, that's a powerful message. It says, I'm going to read that one more time. Balance must be maintained on both ends between not harming the lion or being swallowed by it. But if someone or something has upset you, take a slow walk through the Pride Land and hunt down what it is inside of you instead of attacking other prey. It takes strength to be compassionate. If Hisabi has graced you with her presence, you are being asked to relax. Stop moving forward with a momentum that continues to bring complaints, and instead move forward with one that brings solutions. Only you can give yourself forgiveness when it comes to someone who may have let their animal side out. Ask yourself, can I let my tears be healers of my timeline? Do I feel intimidated around others as if I don't have the same lion spirit? Do I believe that I am more than just the label that I place on myself? That is powerful, and I'm going to leave that there because I feel like that's so self-explanatory. And if it doesn't make all the sense that it needs to make, it at least planted the seed that you needed to hear, that you needed to feel. Okay, guys? So I hope this reading resonated. I hope it helped in some sort of way. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. If you ever want a private reading, go ahead and message me on Instagram, which is in the description. And I will see you guys later. Toodles.